Hey, what's up, guys? How's it going? Today we're gonna learn how to draw Wolverine. Wolverine, cool. So today I'm gonna be using a pencil. Don't really. It's a Prismacolor Verithin. It doesn't really matter what kind of pencil I'm gonna use, so don't even focus on that. It's not a big deal, no biggie. So, anyways, let's get to this. To Wolverine. Now I'm gonna start with a circle. I'm gonna do this very light. I hope you can see it. I'm using a different camera now. It's very, very light. I'm going to start with a light oval. Reason for that is... There you go. I think you can see that. Reason for that is I don't want to have to... I'm going to go in really dark, you know? So I'm going to split the head up into thirds. Right here. I'm going to go from the kind of the angle of the head, you know, kind of where the forehead goes up. And then it kind of goes back, you know, back in, you know, the top of the skull. So that area, that's where the head's turning. I'll put a line there, and then a line at the bottom of the chin, and then I divide that in that section right here. I divide it into thirds. Doesn't have to be the exact thirds, but thirds is a good general proportion. You know, it's gonna change anyway. Usually does. And I'm gonna get the center line here. For Wolverine, I'm already, actually, it's funny, before anything else, I'm going to map out the mask, because the mask is pretty much a triangle. Very triangular shapes. It's funny that he has, you know, I always found it funny that his hair is also the same shape as his mask. I don't know why, it just made me laugh, kind of. I mean, I love Wolverine, but, you know, it's funny to me. Anyways. Got the kind. It's almost like rabbit ears, but on his face. I don't know. It looks more like bat ears, but on his face. That's kind of the way I describe it. I always have, you know, the lower portion of this shape. I always kind of pull a curve on it inward. It just makes it look more dynamic for whatever reason instead of outward. I just like it. It's just something I like, a stylized thing. So okay, I'm just mapping it in. I'm still not even drawing. I'm just kind of getting the proportion of his kind of wing here, of his the shape of his ears, whatever. I don't know what to call them. I'm just getting this shape in proportion with the head. That's all I'm doing right now. That's all I'm thinking about. All right. Look, I was looking at the camera for a sec so I can see if this thing's centered. Now I'm gonna go right here where the brow line is, and I want him to be angry. I want him to be pissed off. That's the way Wolverine is. So I'm going to actually move that down. Even though in reality it wouldn't move, you know, if you're just mad. Actually, I'm going to move the head down too. Move my thirds down a little bit. That's the bottom of his nose, brow line, head. Alright. Yeah, I'm actually going to end up pulling the brow line downward because I want him angry. And in reality, I won't do that, but I just want this, you know, just change in the moment. Alright, I'm going to start drawing in now. I'm going to start with his eye. Because I like nailing down the eye. If I can nail down the eye, I feel kind of safe, you know. His eye itself is going to be kind of like a triangle as well. Sometimes what I do is I flick. This is just what I do, by the way. These are just bad habits, maybe, or good habits, whatever. I do a flick. I lean back a little bit. I just kind of look at kind of where it's placed on in proportion to the rest of the head. Just something I do. That's gonna lead into his mask. I want that anger to lead into his mask. Now I'm gonna go to the other eye. I'm gonna make sure that's proportioned out. Doesn't really have, he doesn't often, he's not drawn with pupils a lot when he has his mask on, so I'm going to stay with that look, that no pupil thing. I love that look. And there's gonna be a bunching, bunching at the center here. We all draw people when we're mad. It's probably the easiest emotion I think to draw from your head. I feel. I don't know if you guys agree or not, but I mean I think it is because it looks so cool. You know what I mean? You see it in movies all the time. You see it on angry animals and stuff like that. Let me get sharpen this pencil. Pencil's getting weak. A little bit more. All right, it's pretty good. So you can have this furrowing right here, like it's gonna. All the tension's gonna be this way. All the lines are gonna come from this point, outward. Now I'm gonna go into the design. That kind of he has this kind of cloth over his nose, really. That kind of pretty much covers it entirely, kind of like Batman. They do have a similar. Those designs tend to be pretty cool looking, where they cover just the top of the face. I don't know if you guys remember. You remember Dark Claw? I remember that was an amalgam comic where they combined Wolverine and Batman. Maybe I'll draw that one day because I thought it was really cool. People. I don't think people liked it though. I thought it was pretty cool. Really cool design. We're right here. Try to wrap around his face. I want to make sure that cloth is essentially wrapping around his cheekbone. I'm going to try to even it out over here. It's a little bit bigger over here, I can tell. I'm going to try to pull that in a tiny bit. And by that, also pulling it out on the other side. I'm going to try to take care of the bottom of his face. I'm going to give him a real angular jaw. Because I just like him like that. I think it's really cool. A lot of them do have angular jaws anyway. Especially if you look at the cartoons. They do that more for animation, that kind of simplified angular jaw thing. And I like it. I think it's very attractive looking in animation form. It can be down here. A lot of hard edges, a lot of angles all over him. Do that, try to make sure it's alright. Careful how fast you darken the lines, If you darken some too quick, you might not be able to get it out. I'm going to give him an expression. He's always kind of gnarling out of one side of his mouth. I've seen countless drawings with him doing that, and I just think it looks cool. If you really need, I would say practice drawing, features and expressions out of your head. I would say get a mirror. That's animators do it. You see the Pixar documentaries, and they will do that. They will have a mirror right next to them to kind of see what muscles flex when they make a certain expression. I don't really have that on me right now. I should. And then the kind of that line, that laugh line when they make an expression. Yeah, I'm gonna imagine it, coming out from the nose, and it's gonna come out over here. I'm gonna draw the line of the teeth. I'm not gonna draw every single damn tooth. Sorry about that. Sorry about bad language, but I'm not gonna draw every tooth. Actually, you guys don't care about language, right? I can say damn. Sorry. I'm not teaching little kids, right? It's the internet. And I don't really put the lines of every individual tooth. You could if you put it very subtly. You know what I mean? But I'm not gonna do that. I think it kind of looks cool with just that white teeth. I was even gonna put a straight line, you know, which that looks pretty cool sometimes as well in animation, and then drawings. His lower lip, I'm gonna make sure to draw that in there. He's gotta have a lip, you know, gotta have lips. Area of the jowls, as they call it. I don't know what they call this section. Lean back a little bit to see the whole thing. You know, make sure it's not getting too out of control. One of the hardest things for me, at least, is evening stuff out. You know, like I know he's looking a little bit that way, but he still has to be even. It still has to look like he doesn't have a lazy eye or something. You know. And sometimes that can be a hassle. That can be a real pain, especially if you're new. I mean, it goes new all the way to advanced. It's always going to be like something to do like this. I have to even that out over there. It's going to be more like over here. I remember it's kind of pulling back because he's turning that way. Alright, now I got to pull a line all the way up here. Can you see that? Oh no, you can't. Let me pull it down. Now I'm going to pull a straight line. I want to pull it at, you know, you can just go over it once. Practice doing longer lines like that. It'll save you a lot of time. Just going it over and over and again. To make it dark, I'm just going over the exact same line over and over again. Now I gotta connect this line over here. I'm not gonna make it totally a spike. I could, but I don't want to. Gonna match the one up here. Ugh, it's just food in my mouth. Anyways, it's gross. Sorry about that, guys. Gonna pull it in more a little bit. That means I'm gonna change that. I think I need to pull this side over here out a little bit more, considering he's turning that way. You're gonna see a little bit more of it. Is anybody excited about? I know I'm gonna date myself right now and for future videos, but is anybody? I'm gonna do it. I don't care. I'm gonna be. Is anybody excited for Days of Future Past movie? Because I'm really excited. I am really excited. If I'm hearing this in the future and it's already come out and it's already great, or if it's already bombed, then man, I'm gonna feel so silly. I'm gonna feel very silly. But whatever. I don't care. Is anybody excited? Please let me know in the comments. I'm really excited about that movie. Please don't spoil anything though. I watched it in the cartoons, you know, but I didn't read through the comics, so please do not spoil that movie for me. But I like being surprised. But I'm just asking, like, are you guys excited? Because I am really. I don't know. That's just me. I feel like I don't hear a lot of hype right now. I just like, man, I'm dying to see that movie. I want that movie to come out already. All right, draw on the top of his head, top of his skull. You can even do that Jim Lee kind of. Jim Lee will draw sometimes. I don't know if he does it on Wolverine. He does it on Batman though. He draws the ear shape inside. You know, I don't like doing that. I might do the bottom of it over here to indicate that his ear is all squished in there. You know, a little bit. That's just like an indication. You know, you're indicating. You know, full blown drawing it. And let's draw his neck. That's just kind of a afterthought, I guess. Don't make it an afterthought though. Really think about it. Wolverine's a buff little dude. He's not the Hulk, but he's got a pretty thick neck. Although I guess they're drawn the same. Hulk's just gigantic. Like, you know, size-wise. Just pull his muscles. Those muscles go right up to the back, usually, depending on which ones they are. Those are probably the traps. They go up to the back of the skull. At least I hope that's right. Yeah, those are the traps, aren't they? The trapezius, that's what's showing? Yeah. I know the sternocleidomastoid's on the front. That's what makes these cool lines in the front you always see in superheroes. Adam's apple. Top of the pec maybe. We don't need to do that. All right, I think we're about done. Actually, you know what we're gonna do? You know what I'm gonna do for the first time? For the first time, guys, I'm gonna put a little bit of not shading, but I'm gonna try to indicate the color of his mask by doing a very light shading here. I never do that. I just feel like it's a waste of time, and hey, maybe it is, but I want these two shapes to stand out. I want to make sure this is a black shape, and the other is, that yellow, that cool yellow. I really hope he puts his outfit on in the movie one day. I know they kind of indicated it in the last scene. I heard. I think I saw the picture too. Man, I would love for him to wear this outfit in the movie. Especially, I want Hugh Jackman to do that now, before he gets too old. Because eventually he's got to get older. He's got to get older, man. He can't do that role forever. I know he was even in doubt on doing it for the next movie, and they just threw this kind of dump truck of money. Basically drove this dump truck full of money up to his door, and at least that's the way it seems like, and like now he's in it. Good, he better be in it, man. Him and Robert Downey Jr., man, I can't picture those roles being played by anybody else other than those actors. It's gonna really suck when they get too old one day to play it. But then again, I guess they never thought James Bond was gonna be played by anybody else, and that they had to adjust to that. So I'm gonna have to eventually adjust to Wolverine being played by another actor and Iron Man being played by another actor. I don't know. Anyways, that's about it. Thanks a lot, guys. And do me a favor, please, if you like this tutorial, please share it on Facebook. Helps me out a lot. Like a lot, a lot. A lot, a lot, a lot. Like, you have no idea. It's amazing. And practice. Practice and check out the Facebook page. Even put up some of your practice drawings on my Facebook page, on the Facebook page of Easy Things to Draw. And also, buy yourself an armadillo. That's the pencil case sold out of our store. It's arm-adillo.com. It's a pencil case you wear on your wrist. So, anyways, peace out, guys, and good luck.